Hello everyone, welcome to TV Talks, the show where I take a look at both the good and the bad of what television has to offer, and yep, we're doing this. I never thought I'd actually do it though, but a fair bit of people have suggested it, so okay, let's do it. Thank you to Joe Stevel, NBC Mekachu, aka Alex Lavelle, and Dachi for suggesting it, and oh boy, it's Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue. This TV special has become infamous for its low quality and pretty much false advertising. When this came out, it was touted as this extra special, super important, fantastic, all this stuff, crossover of all the cartoons that were on in the 80s, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Muppet Babies, Alf's Animated Adventures, and even the Looney Tunes got in here for a little bit. And yeah, this is a pretty big thing because it's crossing over multiple networks and going over all these kind of genres, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Even lesser known shows like Alf's Animated Adventures, which I actually recommend watching, did get a spotlight in it, although not extensively. And then what did it turn out to be about? It turned out to be a drug PSA, because kids loved the hose and still do. You know, all those things that think they get it and think they know how to talk to kids, but in fact just make the problem worse because they're setting such a bad example. And the old saying is very true. The best argument for something is a bad argument against something. Yeah, this is definitely the case here. And hey, I specialize in talking about educational children's content, so why not make me review it? Yay! Fun. Okay, so it starts off with George Herbert Walker Bush and Barbara Bush talking about the dangers of drugs, and then right away you know, oh crap, the rumors were true. This is gonna be as bad as it seems. And funny enough, the cartoon characters don't even really show up for a while. It's just about this wimpy little kid that gets terrorized by this smoke cloud thing that tries to get him to do drugs, and he steals money from his family, and then he meets the cartoon characters, and then they send him on all these existential crisis things that would pretty much get him killed to scare him away from doing drugs, and then it works somehow, and then the end. Yeah, that's basically it. So here's the thing. If you cut all of the cartoon characters out, you know, all of them, Garfield, Ninja Turtles, Muppet Babies, if you cut all of them out, this would be no different. If you just replaced them with anything else, it would be no different. I mean, what's the difference between having Alvin and the Chipmunks there instead of just some subconscious manifestations or angels or something? Well, the difference is their voices would probably be a little less annoying than Alvin and the Chipmunks, but the thing is, the story itself would not change. None of the characters connect to anything that's going on. You could replace them with anything. So they really were just kind of tacked on, and I have a theory. Maybe this was meant to be a straightforward special with like all these subconscious manifestations, like I said, but then last minute they thought, kids aren't really going to want to watch this. Let's put in every single cartoon character that they hold dear to them. And yeah, it suckered him in and it was a big hit and everyone hated it, and oh well, who cares? They got the message out, right? Yeah, sure you did. The animation on the cartoon characters is also very lacking. Granted, they get to keep their style most of the time, but there's a couple of them, like even Alf from Alf's Animated Adventures or the Smurfs. I don't know, maybe I'm just looking at them weird, but they don't look quite right. They don't really look the same. But the animation on the people is definitely not good. It's that cheap Captain Planet style 80s animation where they just kind of had to slap it out really quickly and didn't really put any care into it. Now, I can tell this thing's heart was in the right place, but how's the lesson? Because that's the big thing here. Well, here's the thing. For a thing that brings up the lesson every 5 seconds, they do no deeper than 3-2-1 Penguins. Basically, don't do drugs because they're bad. Yep, we're getting into that territory where they say, drugs are bad, you can't do drugs. Well, what's wrong with drugs? Drugs are bad, don't do drugs. But what's wrong with drugs? Don't do drugs! Drugs are bad! That kind of stuff. That's basically how this thing works. Except for they never ask why. It's always just, drugs are bad? Yes, drugs are bad. Drugs are bad? Yeah, drugs are bad, dude. That's basically it. And then, of course, there's that annoying song that has been memed into oblivion. There's a million, billion wonderful ways to say no. It's not good. A lot of the characters cannot sing. Like Huey, Dewey, Louie can't sing. The Chipmunks can't sing, which I know is ironic. The Ninja Turtles can't sing. It does not work. It does not work at all. Nothing about this works. The only kind of thing I like is just the absurdity of it, and also, me being the presidential history fan, like the George Bush intro, which I can't really help it. That's just my weakness for president stuff, regardless of party. But this thing is just stupid. It's just really stupid. For something that was touted as a big epic crossover that we were all fantasizing about, it really did not pay off at all. I mean, at least I came in not blind and knowing exactly what happened. I could only imagine the pain and devastation that all the 80s kids who wanted to see all this stuff, they came in and just saw this awful garbage. Ugh, I feel so sorry for them. But anyways, I give this a scout seal of disapproval, but was there ever any doubt? Okay, folks, so we'll see you tomorrow for more Wish this week.
Good night, everybody.